Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the custom light pole that I made for my kayak. So, this is the actual light pole. It is made out of 1/2-inch king starboard. It's about 2 feet long, 1.5 inches wide. It is on a Scotty mount gearhead. It is on a Scotty mount track. And I'm going to bring the camera close so you can see it. So, as you can see, it is on a gearhead Scotty mount. And this piece of starboard that's here, this kayak comes with these mounting plates. This is actually not mounting plates, it's brass inserts. There's 4 of them. And that is for a power pole. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of starboard, placed it on here, and through bolted it into those inserts. And the reason for doing that is I didn't want to drill holes into the kayak, so I used this piece of starboard as a sacrificial place to mount it. So if I ever sell the boat or want to change how this is, I can just unscrew this and it's still left with just the brass inserts that it originally came with. Like I mentioned, it is on a piece of 1/2-inch starboard, 1.5 inches wide, 2 feet long. You come up the end here. I have some bungee cords, which is screwed in, and it comes up onto a carabiner which connects the light in case it falls off. It is held on with a magnet. You know what? Let's bring this down, bring it to the table, and we'll talk about it. So here's all the stuff taken apart. This, we've seen this already before. This is a Scotty mount gearhead. It is attached to another Scotty mount here. This is actually a Scotty mount that came with some rod holders. I actually just screwed this onto this base. There's actually a couple of screws on the back side. Those screws lock this in at this angle because I want the angle to be at the same angle as my rod holder. So when this is in place, I want the rods to be at the same angle. I didn't want this being like this where it's going to be hitting the rods. So that's why I put screws here to hold this in place so this angle can't change. On the top is another piece of starboard, which is 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches, and it's about 3.5 to 4 inches long. I have a magnet. It's a flush mounted magnet screwed in, and this magnet accepts this magnet on the back of this light. Very strong. I do have a carabiner hooked up to it, so I can kind of do this. And it's just a safety thing in case it falls off. I mean, it's on there pretty good. And I just have it attached with a bungee cord. And the light itself. Well, you know, before I talk about the light, I posted a video on Facebook on the kayak. And in the video, I had this mode on, and I got a lot of comments. A couple of comments I got was people seeing this and said, boy, that looks like a distress signal. And yeah, I guess it does look like that. My kayak is not in coastal waters. It's not in the ocean. I'm in fresh water. I'm in ponds. So I don't think this applies to me as being a distress signal. And matter of fact, I live in Massachusetts. So Massachusetts law says that any paddle craft has to have a whistle, a life jacket, and from dusk to dawn needs to have a flashlight, or in parentheses it says a lantern, to signal other boats that you are there, which is like, which would be something like this, right? You're gonna signal a boat. That is the same thing as this. So I understand where someone might think that this looks like a distress signal, but being on a pond or a lake, I think I would rather have a mode like this on my kayak that makes me much more visible for other people, if there's other boaters on the lake that I am on. I think being more visible like this attracts more attention than having a mode that is just on. It doesn't really attract too much compared to having a mode which is doing this. So I think from a safety standpoint, as long as that you are on fresh water where there is no Coast Guard, like, you know, if something happened with me on the kayak, I'm not going to send out a distress signal and the Coast Guard's going to come and get me. You know, actually in that situation, I got to save myself pretty much. So with that said, I would look at what your laws are for your state, and maybe in your state this is not allowed, but in my state it doesn't say that this is not allowed. So with that said, what this is these are electronic road flares. I actually bought this at AutoZone, and the purpose of this is if you are broken down, you can turn this on and this magnet will stick to the trunk, the hood, the door, because it's magnetic, and it would light up like this at nighttime, which would let other vehicles know that, you know, you're there and there's a problem. I have also seen it where they just even put them on the ground. And this is very inexpensive. I think I paid $16 for this, and it is rechargeable. It comes with a charger, and I have already had this for 2 seasons already, and I haven't charged it that many times. So it holds a charge. I mean, it's meant to hold a charge because these are all LEDs. So it's very efficient with this light, and it holds power for a long time, because what this is basically made for is this is made just to go on your trunk and you use it as an emergency. But it works really well for my situation where I'm drawing attention to myself. If I'm on a pond, a lake, there was actually a situation where I was actually out fishing, and it was early in the morning, it was very foggy, and I could probably see, I don't know, 20 yards maybe. And as I was going to the spot I was going to fish, I knew that there was a person or people, because I can hear voices in the fog, and I had this on. And when I got close enough, I heard one of them talk to me and said, "Hey, I noticed you. I can see your light." I could not see who was talking to me, but they seen me because of this. So me having this in the fog, someone else in a kayak that may be 50, 60 yards away from me is not going to cast their line, you know, at me. I'm not going to get a hook from somebody else. So I think that having this is better, I think, than some of the lights they have on the market. And to be honest with you, some of the lights they have on the market are $100 and they are just always on. And some of them just take AA batteries, and this is what it is. This is an always on light. So this light also has different functions. Has this one. Has this one. I'll just run through all of them. This is the constant on one. And these lights also come in different colors. I've seen yellow, red, blue, white. I didn't get any of the other colors like that because I figured I didn't want to look like some type of an emergency vehicle on the water. I didn't want to have a blue one and someone think I'm I'm law enforcement or something. Especially if I had a blue one doing this on the water, you know, or even a red one like this, because then you'll think I'm part of the fire department. So anyway, so yeah, so tell me what you think about all this. Leave a comment, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.